Don't you cry. What's up, y'all? We're live on YouTube and Facebook. We're live on Instagram or Rammer. How you doing? So we are going to be talking about healthy options for kids. Is it healthy food options?
Keto options for kids.
Keto options. Food options.
That would be right.
That would be right. I think we should
start off with this mineral water because Rigel loves it.
Rigel does love some water. He's so dull
I know.
right now.
We just woke up from a nap.
That explains it.
All right. Oh, excuse me.
What?
It's fine.
Anyways, keto options for kiddos. So Rigel has rewind. I've been strict keto for 8 years. Crystal's been strict keto for 7 years. We conceived Rigel at 7:35 p.m. But we were totally keto upon conception. She was keto throughout her entire pregnancy, and Rigel's been keto since he's been born. And his birthday is tomorrow, so he's gonna be 1 year old tomorrow. So he's been keto for 1 year. So I've been keto for 8, Crystal's 7, Rigel 1. Which is pretty cool. And as you can tell, he is growing fine in the complete absence of dietary carbohydrates, which is also very cool. We don't do keto, or we don't do like all this crap food that you see in the grocery stores for kids is like a shame. And it's like so normalized. Like it's people are totally okay with people giving their kids just crap food, like goldfish. What the heck is a goldfish? These little squeegee kid things that people eat, ice cream, sandwiches, like all this crap that people feed their kids. It's not good at all. Rigel literally eats the same things that we eat. He
actually eats more than I eat because I refuse to eat fish.
Yeah, he eats salmon. He eats ground beef. He eats steak. He loves steak. He really loves full-fat cottage cheese, full-fat yogurt, full-fat breast milk.
Yeah, I'm gonna feed him right now.
So yeah, he's eating all the same stuff that we're eating. I have not had full-fat breast milk in a while though, but he is totally good. And I feel like I'm not talking here, and you should be doing a lot more talking.
Oh, you're doing great. Okay, so I don't know. I think a lot of people struggle more so with getting their kids to be keto after they've not been keto, after you've been feeding them the standard American diet or like some of those treats and things like that, which we can't really speak for because we have not had to do that with our kids, but at the same time, we still can share options with you. My goodness.
Keto popsicles. You can make keto popsicles with electrolytes. What all you put in the popsicles?
It's on my Instagram because I can't remember exactly, but there's like yogurt.
What's the matter, Munchkin?
There's yogurt.
There's a little bit of
juice,
like low glycemic berries, electrolyte powder.
Electrolyte powder, yeah.
Super
heavy
good.
Cream, yeah.
Very tasty, very nutritious, very refreshing during the summertime. No added sugars.
But instead of Cheez-Its or Goldfish or something like that, I would just do cheese crisps. They're probably slightly more expensive, but you can also make them yourself. You can just get cheese and literally stick it in the oven, and then just crumble it up into where it's like bite-sized snacks. You can still offer them like keto like sandwiches and things like that, but just make the sandwich on a chaffle, or there are the low carb bread options. We don't really eat those, but we would rather make it out of like a chaffle or something.
A chaffle to me tastes just as good as bread, and you can season the chaffle like savory or sweet. And a chaffle is simply eggs, cheese. What else is in there? Anything?
Eggs and cheese. Well, we've also made it out of just like eggs and meat too. So there's several different ways of making it. We have a chicken nugget recipe on Keto Savage.
And Rigel has never once complained about not having other foods.
He's only one.
I know, but he hasn't complained. And the thing is, he likely won't complain if that's the stuff that he was raised on, you know?
Yes.
Like,
it is going to be, I think the hard part with him is going to happen when he starts getting invited places and there's not keto options there.
And people always ask us, like, what are we going to do? And we take him to a birthday party and everybody else has got cupcakes and cake. And the thing is, like, we're just going to simply educate Rigel. We're going to talk to him and educate him. So, like, if he goes in knowing there's going to be unhealthy food options, and those unhealthy food options will likely make him feel poorly, give him a stomach ache, cause him to not feel great at the party, why would he want to consume them in the first place? Because it's just not good. Like I saw somebody, I'm not going to talk about it. I don't want to judge people. I'm not judging people. People can raise their kids however they want to raise their kids. But I'm not.
Is it judging if you're sharing the scenario and not the person?
Well, we'll just talk about this. So, like, Rigel's about to be 1 year old. It is very typical for people at their 1 year old moment to make, what do they call it, smash cakes?
Yeah.
So they get a cake. They get a birthday cake, a normal traditional birthday cake full of sugar. They put a 1 year old birthday candle on there. And they let the kid go to town eating all this cake and icing and making a mess. They think it's so cute. That is literally just crap sugar and processed flour that you're inundating your kid with. Like, what good is going to come from that?
It is hard because, like, at 1 year old, they don't know. They don't know what you're giving them. They only know their reaction when they have it. But a lot of people are like, no sugar at all until they're 1, and then on their first birthday, they just like give them this cake that is like overwhelming them, and then they have like this shocked look because it's literally like giving kids crack.
I gave Rigel LMNT electrolytes the other day. He loves them.
He does love them.
And that's like the sweetest thing he's ever had. They sweeten it with stevia. Like he lights up when he has it because he could tell that it's so much sweeter. Bump his head. But it's like electrolyte powder with stevia sweetener. Like he's able to get that sweet sensation in the complete absence of processed carbohydrates and sugars.
For his birthday, I'll share that with you guys. For his birthday, we're going to do a flan cake thing that's keto. Ellen actually eats it here. Ellen, who's here, actually eats it. And she let me try some the other day. And it was so good. And it's literally like eggs and heavy cream and vanilla and maybe like some sweetener. So I might do like some stevia drops or something like that. But it's not super sweet. And I think we were going to potentially have him like try a strawberry. Like he hasn't had any fruit yet either. So I thought like maybe I would just have a strawberry on top of the flan cake. And that's like fun for us, but that's like a whole food approach to doing things. But we want more keto options, not just our opinion. So, but really a lot of it is going to be just eating what you eat, maybe making it a little bit more fun. Like if you make pancakes, make it into a shape, have fun with it. But you can make things like pancakes. You can make things like pancakes and cookies and things like that. You just have to find the alternative. And there's a ton of different cookbooks and things like that. My favorite sweet cookbook is Keto Sweet Tooth by Erin Day. And it's my favorite one. It has like a ton of really good recipes if you're looking for something sweet, like a brownie or cookies or whatever. And then, let's see, other snack options. There's like the chomp sticks that are really good. Carnivore snacks. Rigel actually likes those. They're the little, like, it's like the ground beef ones. They're like little sliders.
Sliders, yeah.
He loves those. I'm sure as he gets more teeth, he'll like the ribeye and the chicken ones and all of that kind of stuff. But for now, he really likes those. What other snacky foods are there?
We got like
you just
this
make
little,
a lot. You have to make it.
Yeah, we got this little squeezable pouch thing. We've been putting
Oh,
yogurt
yeah.
in there so like he can do it yogurt on the go. The bricks, he freaking
Oh, he loves
the bricks. We got
Yeah,
that
it's
silicone
wild.
mold that Greg's making cereal out of. We make these little brick pieces, put them in a Ziploc baggie, and he eats those like they're going out of town. And they don't
Like they're
run any
going around
risk of
town.
choking him, you know. So
Yeah.
like they're not a choking hazard.
He
which
does
is really
love
good.
that. But we have just chosen to do like just a real foods, you know? And I think really as soon as they start to acclimate, I think as soon as they begin to acclimate, like they won't necessarily want those things. You can even make keto ice cream. You can make a protein shake and just eat it like that. 'Cause that's what I always eat, and I feel like if that's what they see around, that's what they're going to want. You have to make the things that they want into keto. If they want mac and cheese, get the Anthony's cheese powder stuff and get some miracle noodles or some sort of like low carb pasta replacement and make them mac and cheese, you know? If they want, like, I don't know, what else do people want? Like, we don't even know anymore.
Yeah, because we only eat real food.
Yeah, even like breaded chicken. Like, you can do that with pork panko. Like, it's delicious. You have to be willing to spend the time making the food. That's the thing.
Boom. All right, we're gonna dive into some questions here. Thank you for what you all do. Thank you, Morris Sunny Tashbar. I appreciate you for jumping on here.
Just finished my brick for the day.
I have a 12-year-old and I have been able to get him off of sugar. I am using keto bread options because he feels he needs them. I'm slowly getting him to come over to the proper diet.
See,
Freaking awesome.
See, those types of foods are the best for a child that's that age, that's 12 years old, who maybe wants to take a sandwich to school and not look like a weird kid that's just eating, meat and cheese rolled up. Like
noodles are the hardest substitute, she says.
Oh, yeah, I would say for like noodles, the miracle noodles are good, but
kelp noodles.
I'm sure the kids can kind of tell the difference, and maybe that they don't prefer that.
Hey, yo, what's up, Hungry Heath? How you doing, man?
But the thing, like, do your kids eat a lot of noodles? Like, I didn't eat a lot of noodles growing up. We had like spaghetti, maybe every once in a while.
Howdy Heath, what are y'all having for dinner tonight?
Oh, that's a good question.
I think she's asking, Howdy, eating brisket and bar sauce with pork rinds from Gringos. I'm gonna be having Hungry Heath's salty clown tier sauce on my ground beef and eggs, or ground venison and eggs. Maria Emmerich has a keto kids cookbook.
Oh, I did not know that. See, there you go.
Boom.
Maria Emmerich has a keto kids cookbook.
I make pizzas using large pepperoni as the crust, a little sauce and cheese. They are great cold.
Yeah, pizza is a great idea. You can do like a chicken crust. You can do a fathead crust. I mean, there's a whole bunch of different kinds you can do there.
What a hard life. Eating like kings. I think I'm about to chow down for show. What else we got?
Sounds
IG?
Delicious. We actually don't have any more over here.
All right, hit us with some questions. Do you have anything else? Made a tester brisket, getting ready for meetup at the Palace. And all this food talk when I'm in prep is not fair, y'all. Not fair at all. You have some? We do have our chickens are laying eggs. So we got our chickens, and they laid 2 eggs yesterday. So we're gonna go home and see if we got any eggs today. But we have our own eggs coming in the pipeline now, which is awesome. So we're gonna eat a lot of eggs as well. I mean, about 6-7 eggs a day right now. And Rigel loves eggs. We didn't mention that. He loves
eggs. Yeah, deviled eggs, hard-boiled eggs, fried eggs, egg salad. He eats it all. I know someone commented the other day that their kid does not like eggs, which I thought was funny. I also just had like a egg salad. I blended it up and I ate it with cheese whips the other day, and I put that on my Instagram, and it was delicious. I am a child.
She's a child. Robert, are y'all coming to the Palace Friday night before the cruise? We don't even know what day we're getting in yet, but you'll be the first to know. Do we know what day we're getting in? No.
We gotta look at the calendar, which is crazy because that is coming up.
Yeah, we haven't gotten past this weekend yet.
That's Friday night? Oh, Friday night before the cruise. Duh.
Duh.
Yeah, we'll have to figure it out.
Are you still doing full body? Yes, still doing full body. Still loving full body. Honestly, really like full body. Like I'm pretty sold on full body. So work out 5 days a week, a different exercise for each body part, a different exercise each day for each body part. So loving it so far. Keeping this interesting. Can you explain cluster sets and do you recommend clusters? Is that like a giant set? There's so many different names for everything now.
There must be.
I'm assuming it's like a giant set, in which case you've got supersets, in which case you're typically supersetting 2 different exercises. So for instance, say I'm doing biceps and triceps. Let's say I'm doing bicep hammer curls and tricep extensions. I'll do my set of bicep curls, and I'd walk over and do my set of tricep extensions, then back to bicep curls, tricep extensions, just superset those 2 instead of having like a rest set in between. A cluster set, if that is in fact the same thing as a giant set, is simply that same concept with more than 2 exercises. So 3, 4, 5 exercises. A lot of people
3
do
is
it.
usually like a tricep.
Yeah, usually like people will do that in like a circuit style format. I don't typically do a whole lot of that unless I'm running short on time, and maybe I'll do a giant set of like shoulders, a tricep, and a bicep, or something like that. Can I bribe you with another bottle of that moist clown tears? I would certainly eat another bottle of that stuff for sure. Cluster sets are like 4 sets of 4, and then fit as many as you can do to failure. 4 sets of different exercises or of the same exercise? Because I typically do 4 sets. Yeah, 4 sets of 4.
That's
4
not
reps.
very many.
4 sets of 4 exercises or 4 sets of 4 reps?
I would imagine 4 sets of 4 exercises, and then a 5th set.
As many as you can to failure.
That's exactly
that makes sense. Yeah, so that to me is like a giant set. Same concept in my book, if that's what I'm hearing properly.
I usually don't do more than like a triple, like a tricep. I just feel like your body kind of needs a break.
Has anyone tried the Perfect Keto mac and cheese?
Oh, I didn't know they had some.
I didn't either. What's up, Kenya? How you doing?
Has anyone else tried the Perfect Keto's mac and cheese? I wonder what the ingredients are.
I like the Perfect Keto mac and cheese, but my picky daughter did not.
Oh, interesting.
Perfect
I
Keto
have not
mac
looked
and
at the Anthony's cheese powder in a long time, but I really liked it a lot whenever I did try it, but I don't remember the ingredients. I haven't had it in years.
We're probably much more strict on our ingredient list now than we were years ago.
Yeah, I know. But I loved it in my ground beef, which was like, it was just so good. It was like, what was that stuff called? Hamburger Helper.
Following you now because focusing on trying to lose weight is frustrating. I want to focus on building muscle and getting flexibility back. I love it. That's the focus indeed. And that's certainly what we put a lot of content out about. So focus on building the muscle. The muscle. All right, what else we got? Any other questions, comments, concerns, feedback? Anything at all, y'all?
Yeah.
I'm getting hungry on this food talk, though, for
I
sure.
know, I'm getting hungry
Did
too.
you meal prep today?
I had refrigerator.
You do? Hey, sexy. Ain't nothing sexier than a wife that meal preps for you. Turns me right on.
Also, Rigel, too. Rigel's
Rigel?
food is ready.
It turns Rigel right on, too?
No, Rigel's food is ready.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
That would be weird.
All right, what else we got, y'all? We had like a list of topics that we had. Right?
We have definitely a few. One is like coffee. One is year 1 of being parents.
I'm drinking coffee again, kind of. Yeah. So I haven't had coffee. I had coffee this past.
Don't go into that because it's a topic.
All right.
Oh, however, we have, how many more Wednesdays do we have? Next week. So we have 2 more Wednesdays, and then we'll be gone for the cruise. So there will be a week where we will not be doing live. Because
the internet on a cruise is horrendous. So we won't be able to have the bandwidth to do a live at 5 on the cruise, but that will be not in a few weeks. Yeah. All right. Cindy says, well, go ahead.
What's your opinion on women over 40 taking a little testosterone to lean out and gain muscle?
All right, this is a loaded question.
Sure
I've had several hormone experts on the podcast dive into this very question, and there's not a one-size-fits-all answer. So some women could benefit from it. Some women would not find it necessary. But before anybody goes the route of exogenous hormones, they need to make sure that everything that they can control is controlled for, like sleep quality, stress levels, diets, training. There's so many things that are going to impact hormone levels independent of exogenous hormones that I would encourage people to optimize first. For instance, if you are incredibly stressed or not sleeping, you will have a dramatic effect on your testosterone. If you're not eating enough dietary fat, you're going to drastically decrease your testosterone levels. So before anybody looks the route of exogenous hormones, make sure they get that stuff dialed in first.
Like it.
I am an old-time A and BC bodybuilding competitor from the 90s, went CrossFit competitor 6 years now, going back to bodybuilding. Any words of wisdom starting back? Thanks. Well, if you've done that in the past, I mean, you've got a lot of the base there. So as far as doing it from a ketogenic standpoint, I would just encourage you to make sure you're consuming enough dietary fat for energy because I don't know, sure what diet you were following back in the day, but a lot of people in the bodybuilding space assume you have to have carbs for energy. And then if you listen to a lot of the mainstream stuff about keto and this massive push for very high protein, very little fat, and you're a bodybuilder, like fat's where your energy is coming from, you know? So make sure you're consuming enough energy to support your training if you're training hard. So I would encourage that. And then make sure you are consuming enough protein because protein is also very important. But if you're coming from a carbohydrate-based history with bodybuilding, you don't have to have the carbs to have a good muscle pump or any of that stuff by any means. Is it okay to lift weights while battling a cold, or is it better to wait?
Totally fine.
I pretty much lift. I don't ever really get sick, but I pretty much lift even when I am sick.
So a good rule of thumb is shoulders down, don't exercise. Shoulders up, do exercise. If you're dealing anything with the lungs, if you're throwing up, if you have diarrhea, if you have anything from the neck down or the shoulders down, then don't. But there is something to say for also giving your body some time to rest and recover. I usually feel it out. Like if I am sick with, what did they say? A cold. So if I have like a headache or I have a fever or I just like it's just hard to even breathe because like I'm just so congested. Maybe it's worth a day or two of just relaxing or going for a walk or something like that. And then after that, getting back into the gym. But you're actually going to make yourself feel a little bit better when you do work out. That's what I notice is like I might actually feel better a couple hours after a workout when I'm sick than I would if I just laid there. So it's fine to do that, depending on what kind of sick you are. But at the same time, recognize it is okay to take some rest time and just adjust your workouts.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. You are most certainly welcome. All right, and since we do have a list of topics, we don't need to get a topic from y'all before we call it. We're going to talk about coffee next week, though, right?
We're going to talk about 1 year of having a kid.
Okay, 1 year of having a kid.
Because by that point, he'll be 1.
Yeah.
Crazy.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Much love to every single one of you. We appreciate you all more than you know, and we will talk to you very, very soon. So, ta-ta for now, y'all. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Roger's waving too.